this has really been a very collaborative group. Everyone has been very liberal with their information, which I appreciate. And the reason why all of these fantastic speakers are here today is because of that fantastic, big, handsome man in the back of the room who's closed over 4,000 transactions. He's a radio show host, he's an author, and he's the reason why we're all here today, Mr. Brent Gove.
You guys ready to have some fun? Okay, I'm not going to do what Tom did to you, right? But stand up real quick, just real quick. This is the last speaker to do it. And everyone turn around real quick and say hi to the person behind you. Real quick, turn around, say hi to the person behind you. Ah, that's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. All right, grab a seat. We're going to get going. We're on the home stretch. First of all, if you drove or flew over 2 hours to get here, some of people flew from other states, stand up. We just want to recognize your commitment a few days before Christmas. Woo! I know we have some Las Vegas people in the back, Santa Cruz in the back. We got Portland, Oregon over here, right? Portland, yep. And then we have Vancouver over here. Good job. Did you guys drive down here from Vancouver? You flew. Nice. You look like you own a Learjet, dude. You dress nice. By the way, we are doing the Business Planning Clinic January 3rd, 1 to 4. Rick Jiha. Did you like our first speaker, Rick Jiha? A great guy. So Rick and I are going to put that on from 1 to 4 for 3 hours. If you do not have a concrete, step-by-step, very clear, well-thought-out business plan for 2019, 2018 is going to repeat itself. Do we agree? So we don't want that for you. We want to add value to your life. We want to change your life. And in doing so, we're going to change your family's life. We're going to change the way your children live. So we want you to come to that event. You're going to get an Eventbrite invitation to that. The only way you could get it, it's going to be here at PCAR. Just sign the contract, snuck out there, and it's done. So we're going to be here January the 3rd, 1 to 4 for 3 hours. Rick Jiha and myself will co-lead that. It's going to be really good. Do not miss that. If you don't get the Eventbrite for some reason, then please reach out to the person or however you got here and say, send me one of the Eventbrites. It's going to be great. You're going to get full-blown workbooks. It's going to be very intense 3 hours with the two of us. And so just realize that is coming your way. Number 2, the speakers, have they not been phenomenal today? They've been great. I tell you, I was freaking out last night. I'm like, is anyone going to be there? It's a few days before Christmas. And some of you got texts from me like, help, help. I was in Tucson, Arizona. I knew this would be such a success because I've been golfing for the past 3 days. That's how you put on a big event. You just go golfing and hope it all works out. And I was like freaking out in Tucson. I flew to Phoenix. But thank you for coming a few days before Christmas. There is nobody more shocked than me. I will tell you that. Parking lots jam-packed. This is exciting. Okay, well, we're going to put the hammer down and get going. You ready? Okay, so my topic is the secret to success in real estate. I've been at it 22 years, sold over 4,000 homes. I got that call at age 30. Hey, you should get your real estate license. You'd be great. And I answered the call, got my real estate license, and I was not great. I struggled. I sold like 2 or 3 homes in 6 months. Can you believe that? And the first fall, I'm like, this is hard. And I got some great advice from my first broker. This is a freebie. I just wasn't succeeding. And he goes, here's what you do. You just got to find a way. You just got to will it. You got to get people in your car and take them down to Elk Grove and show them homes. So guess what? That's what I got to do because they weren't, hey, there's a house, man. And so I started putting people in my car. And we drove down to Elk Grove. And by the way, I had a truck at that time. And it was a single, flat, one seat, right? No, king cab. And so the wife would be here, the husband, and we'd be jamming down to Elk Grove, man. Hey, this is your lucky day. And no wonder I sold 3 or 4 homes. But the next year, I think I sold 18. The year after that, 28. And then my 4th year, I think I sold 48 homes. Pretty good. Made $393,000. I thought real estate was a license to print money. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I'd never made almost $400,000 a year. Now, one of the reasons I made so much money is because I'm so smart. I went to Del Campo High School. Any Del Campo alumni out there? Yes. Everybody got 1,400 SAT scores and 1,200. Brent had a 585. They called Brent in. Brent, we need to talk to you. Yeah, we want to talk to you about your SAT scores. Sure. How'd I do? Well, on that note, were you sick? Did you have the flu? Was something not right? Are you emotionally upset? No, I felt great. How'd I do? Like, well, we're going to get you a tutor. That's how you did. And you're going to retake the SAT. I just think you were distracted. To tell you the truth, it was a 550. So I got a tutor. I studied. We did the math and the science and the English. And I'm proud to tell you I got that sucker up to 585. And then, yeah, seriously. And then my brother, it was 1984, and my brother had gone to Chico State, that private Bible college up north, right? And they said, hey, I'm like, I went and visited him a few times. I'm like, that's my kind of Bible college, I'm a church-going guy now, but back then I was a K. My favorite fraternity was Iapa Coors. Now, right? So we get up there, and I'm like, I am going to Chico State. So I applied to go to Chico State. I got thank you, but we have certain academic standards here at Chico State. I've never met anybody who didn't get into that school. My mom said I was special. I'm special. They said, no, thank you. And so something went wrong. I went up to Sierra College, and I applied again. Again, another rejection letter. Could get in. Finally, the third time, persistence paid off. They let me in. What happened? I dropped out 2 years later. Now, anyways, it's a true story. But had a great time. But I found out my gift was people. My gift was loving other people. My gift was being authentic, being real, and working my little tail off. Anybody can work hard? Can you have real human being discussions with other people, like authentic, straight, no BS? Just connect with people. Can you do that? That's half of real estate. So, should I start my talk? All right, so if you want to be successful in real estate, the number one thing you need to do is start traveling. Now, I left that up there to be a little like, what the heck is he talking about? Like, go to the Caribbean? Well, you can once you become successful, right? We just got back from Maui. We brought 57 people, our agents, my staff, everybody. Brent got to pay. I need a paper route or something now. But anyways, it was fun. Pay for that. But we had a great time. But what I'm talking about is going to a Mike Ferry event, a Brian Buffini event. Why do I feel like my zipper's down right now? Okay, good, it's not. All right. I'm like, it feels drafty. I just had this picture that my zipper was down. Did I just say that? Anyways, okay. So I'm like, I am not going to do a 25-minute talk with my zipper down. No wonder they're all laughing. Anyways, so I've had way too much coffee. So here's the deal. I'm talking about going to Brian Buffini, Joe Stump, Mike Ferry, Craig Proctor, Mega Camp, RE/MAX's annual convention, the NAR convention, the CR convention, the Women's Council of Realtors, NALREP, ARIA. Wow, you just threw I've been to every one of them. I was a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of change. I was desperate to succeed. And that's a future slide. Some of you just aren't desperate enough. You're too dang comfortable. You got the easy. You got the 401k from your corporate job before you got here. And you wonder why you struggle in real estate. When you decide you want it so bad that you're willing to change, you will succeed. And until that happens, you're going to not. Does that make sense? You got to want it bad. You got to want it so bad. You got to be, most people are living to die. You got to be dying to live. Who's dying to live, right? So start traveling. Go to events. I've been to some events that were horrible. You didn't think I was going to say that, did you? But I've been to others where I'm flying home on the airplane just going, wow. Well, yeah, you can afford to go. No. When I started, I couldn't afford to go. When I started, I shared hotel rooms. When I started, I put a flight on my credit card. When I started, I borrowed money. I've slept in my car in Monterey because I couldn't afford to pay for the room. There's two kinds of poverties in this world. One is financial. The other is mental. I was financially poverty-stricken when I got in this business at 30. I'd just gone bankrupt. But I wasn't mentally. They didn't have mental poverty. Mental poverty is far worse. Mental poverty puts you in the car you drive now, the apartment, the house you live in now. It decides where your family will travel. There's all different levels. Well, I'm not mentally. Really? You're so handicapped by your mind, you don't even know it. Right? I am too, right? So, let's keep going. Start traveling. Number 2, take notes. When you come to these things, you cannot look at the speakers. You can't look at Rick Jihad and go, man, is he really wearing Christmas lights that are flashing? Right? You look at Sean Work, he goes, does he really look like a movie star? Right? And then Rick Jihad looks like the world's most interesting man, right? And then you got Marguerite, who's just beautiful, amazing, and from the heart human being you'd ever meet, right? And then you got Tom Daves, he's like the bionic, the $1 million bionic man. Remember that? What's that guy's name? Steve Austin. He's just good looking, super good. And then I'm glad I put the event on. That's why I'm here. But anyways, I get to, hey, I'll speak. What's your event, I guess, if you have to. So, but take notes. If you take notes, you remember 70% more than if you just sit there and look. If you take notes, what's the saying? Great ideas or moments of inspiration are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. I cannot tell you how many times on airplanes I fly home from conferences and take notes from my notes. And then I come up with actionable items, things I will implement. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep going. Number 3, meet people. What do you mean by that? You are not allowed to be shy. You are not allowed to be quiet. Well, I am shy. I am quiet. Stop it! When I was 19, I got into sales. I shook so bad. I remember this one woman up in Chico. I'd lived there for 10 years, got married, had 2 kids. Whoa. Oh, no. All right, we need a new one. We need a new one. That thing just like said 4 pieces. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go. We're done. Now, so I meet this woman. I am shaking so bad. She goes, come. She sent me her desk. Come here, honey. She reached over, put her hand on my back. She said, it's okay. I'll listen to you. Because I had that cojones to talk to her anyways, even though I was shaking with fear. Another guy, David Lindsay. Does anybody know David Lindsay? Car salesman at Whitmire Ford up in Chico. I'm at Cornucopia Restaurant. I'm 19 years old. I see him in the parking lot. He looks like $1 million because he's a car salesman, right? Tan, good looking. He actually looked like the $1 million guy, Steve Austin. He looked like Steve Austin. And again, shaking so bad, he put his hand on my shoulder and said, hey, it's okay, man. See, people, good people, it elicits empathy. Bad people, they'll tell you to go jump in a lake. But here's the deal. Write this down. You ready? Write it down. Here's a good idea. Face your fear, and it'll disappear. Run and hide, it'll be magnified. Until you face it right in the eyes and go, screw this. I've had enough of enough. What's enough? Whatever that is for you. Maybe it's finances. Maybe it's your marriage. In 2010, I went through pain like I didn't know you could have. In 2010, 8 months, my wife and I were separated, man. We got a bunch of kids. It was not fun. I never understood couples who went through divorce. I didn't have any for 18 years till I did have some, right? And I know what it's like to walk around my neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning because you can't sleep and you can't breathe and you're walking around. It sucked, man. I was a team leader at Keller Williams. My inner circle knew the pain I was in, but I would speak at P-Card, nobody else knew. When I was bid events, I was just smiling happy, but deep down, some of you today are in a lot of pain. And that's coming up here in my talk, so I got to keep going. Okay, but, back to meet people. You need to meet people. You need to greet people when you go to these events, when you go to Brian Buffini or Joe Stump or a mega camp or somewhere. Meet them. Take them to coffee. Who are you? Where are you from? How many homes do you sell a year? I'm brand new. Hey, can I help you in any way? What if you meet someone who's knocking down 70 sales a year, like Paul Locatelli in the back? He's right there in the black shirt. Raise your hand, Paul. Raise your hand. He hates us. From Santa Cruz. The man looks like a Greek god. Okay, if you really look at him, I'm married, you look good to me, man. Now, here's the deal. So he looks like a surfer, and he's got that square chin, and anyways, so here's the deal. I'm just saying it like it is. I'm okay with it. So here's the deal. Wow, how do you sell 70 homes a year? What is the key to your success? You should be saying that to all people. Be a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of change, but it won't happen if you're quiet. It won't happen if you go eat lunch by yourself, which is Next thing, when you meet people, share what's working. Help them. Don't be weird about it. Now, if you sit at a table with 5 people who sell 500 homes a year, shut your mouth and listen. Right? Don't take over the conversation. You're doing 40. Just listen. Sometimes the brightest thing you could do is be quiet and listen. Okay? Now, don't eat alone. I was jumping ahead a little bit. When you go to an event, I remember going to, where's my dad? Dad, raise your hand over there. Stand up. There's my dad, Jim Gove. Stand up, Pops. I love you, Dad. Just turned 83 on December 10th. Just doing awesome. 55-year real estate broker. I come from a real estate family. Very proud of that, my mom and dad. But, Dad, do you remember going to Toronto, just you and me? Remember that trip? And do you remember Leonard Fazio? Do you remember him from Iowa? I say that all the time. I played golf yesterday and lost. I think I played golf yesterday. I don't remember when I lose. And that's a convenient memory I have. But Leonard Fazio was selling 600 homes a year in Iowa. Who does that? In Iowa, exactly, Iowa? They sell 640 homes a year in the whole state. So I'm kidding. But Leonard's selling 600. Dad, do you remember going to lunch with Leonard Fazio? You just made that up, didn't you, Pop? He's getting it. That was good. Dad, I'm not even sure you were there on that trip. I don't know. It's not important. The point is, I definitely had lunch with Bill Thompson. No, I'm kidding. Leonard Fazio. And he really did sell 600 homes a year. I'm like, man, how do you do this and how do you do that? And what advice do you have for me? I was brand new. I've been in real estate for just a couple years. And I had the guts, after Leonard spoke on that stage, to go, hey, you having lunch today? Can my dad and I take you to lunch? And 1,400 people heard Leonard talk, but me and my dad spent an hour with Leonard at lunch. And it changed my life. But who are you? Am I looking for free lunches here? No, I am not looking for free lunches. I need a few less lunches. So you are not allowed to invite me to lunch, breakfast, or dinner. I will have a cup of tea or coffee with you. I guess Sean said breaking bread, which I learned is apparently a cocktail or something. I don't know. Break bread. Anyways, but here's the deal. I do enjoy a glass of wine from time to time. Now, so here's the deal. You got to spend, Jim Barry's just laughing at me. You've been with me at all these events, right? Do we not do these things? I go, hey, can you, is Pete here? Pete Lindop here? I saw you earlier. Pete, he snuck out the back. Is he here? Is he still here? Raise your hand. There's Pete in the back. Raise your hand. Hi. There he is. Live and turn out. Wave it by, he's English. He hates that. Come on, Pete. Raise your hand. Wave. There he is. So we had Sean Kokoska. He is probably one of the 10 most elite real estate trainers in the nation. He is a very successful guy. He was just here. And Pete goes, hey, do you need a ride back to the airport? He was just going to Uber back from his hotel. And he goes, sure. And then Pete gets to spend 45 minutes with one of the most elite trainers. Are you doing this stuff? Well, they could say, well, someone's already given me a ride. I've already got lunch plans. I'm too busy for that. That's the worst thing. But take the time to get around people. And find out who they are, not just the speakers on the stage. Okay, number 6, pay for coaching. When I went to Craig Proctor, it's my first big real estate event, and we're not selling coaching here. I have nothing to sell you. But here's the deal. They offered coaching. The guy I sat next to, there's 14 of 100 of us in the ballroom. He goes, what a joke, man. It was like $5,000 a year. He goes, they just want your money. That was his attitude. Remember, there's financial poverty and mental poverty. His mind told him it was a scam. I sat there and going, oh, what he's saying makes sense. Craig Proctor, #1 RE/MAX agent worldwide out of 128,000. I think I wouldn't mind a little coaching by that guy. And call me a sucker, but I signed up for Craig Proctor coaching. I don't know what it was, $548 a month for a year. Signed a contract. I was really confident. Right? But guess what? He taught me how to leverage my time, how to market, how to build a team, a database, how to do this. All of a sudden, I went from 48 sales. Next year, 112. Next year, 180. Next year, 240. Next year, like 320. Next year, 429 sales a year. In 1 year. Is that a good year? How many agents in America sell 429 homes in their whole career? But I was teachable and coachable. Are you teachable and coachable? Well, I already know everything. Really? You're about to get passed. Ford, Dodge, Chevy, they knew everything. And who passed them? Honda and Toyota. They call it the Rust Belt. They barely made it through because they weren't teachable, they weren't coachable. They didn't hear that times have changed. Everything's going gas efficient, and these little tiny gas efficient cars, and everyone bought those 30-mile-an-hour Hondas. And if you ever ran over one of them on the road, it's like boom, boom. But people bought them anyways. Okay? They had good gas mileage. It's like, right? It's like the Toyota Prius. You know, bam, bam. What was that, honey? I don't know. I think it was a Prius. I'm sorry. Paul drove here in a Prius from Santa Cruz. He's a, Santa Cruz, save the ocean guy. All right. I got to keep going. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Be teachable. Are you really teachable? Are you just too busy talking? Man, what is it I need to do? What did Rick Jihas said? He goes, how many of you know the one thing you do? And he's like, just do it. You don't need a seminar. Did you write that one down? I mean, there's a guy, Gary Keller. I don't know if you've heard of him. He wrote a book called The One Thing. What's the one thing? You've been to the One Thing seminar? Uh-huh. You've been to expansion seminars? Uh-huh. Man, how do you sell real estate? I go to seminars all the time. They inspire me. They motivate me. I went to this one event. How do I say it? It was the body, mind, soul type of thing. Nothing to do with real estate. It was terrible. I went to another one a year ago. It was phenomenal. And I wish I could tell you every seminar, every coach. I tried coaching, didn't work. Well, try a new coach, right? I tried sushi. I hate it. So did I. It's my favorite food now. I like food. Okay? If where would you go for your birthday? McCooney's. I like McCooney's. I like Taro. That guy's crazy. Okay, implement. So once you get these ideas, once you get this information, you must implement. You're like, that's when I'm on airplanes. I love my time on airplanes flying home. And you take notes from your notes and you come up with things to implement. Not 40, like 2 or 3. Like, what are the 2 or 3 things you're going to do tomorrow? What are the 2 or 3 things you're going to do by the end of next week? What are the 2 or 3 bigger projects that you're going to do by the end of the first month? And what are 2 or 3 things, or 1 or 2 that you're going to get done by the end of the year? Or 1, like Gary says, monotask, right? So, very important to implement. Number 9, fail often and quickly. What do I mean by that? You want to get good at real estate, do a lot of it. I've done more open houses than anyone in this room. I'm quite convinced of it. For years and years and years and years, I did them Saturday and Sunday. Until I built a huge team and didn't have to do them anymore. I haven't done open house in decades, like 5 decades. But the point is I don't have to do them anymore. I teach my agents how to do them, do 1 or 2, and I'm out. But I did it, and I got really good at it. I mean, how do you think I'd be really good at an open house? Man, I would pull up chairs, stand in front of people, get everyone in the kitchen, 30 people in the kitchen, and say, let me tell you what's happening here today. Is that how you do your open house? How do you get so many people? Go to Facebook, go to my wall. James, can you bring it to the top? And I sell how to do a mega open house for $5.95. Been selling it for years all over the country. Sold lots of them. $5.95. Because people call me and talk to me for an hour about it. I go, here, buy my DVD. So I monetized it. You can have it. I did a talk here at PCAR last April. And it's the best one I've ever done. Fully updated. It's free. It's on my wall. So you're like, what's a wall? I don't know either, but they told me to say that, okay? It's on my wall of Facebook, okay? You don't know what a wall is. No, I don't know. I couldn't find my own wall, okay? Find your wall. Now, find a 14-year-old, they'll show you the wall, right? Find a 12-year-old, your neighbor. Now, fail often and quickly, though. That's how you get it. Some of you, here's the deal. Someone was talking about money earlier, and it was Marguerite. And she's talking about, why are we so focused on the internet and the internet and the internet? Well, it's just money. We would rather spend our money than risk our precious ego. Because when you're calling expireds and they're not nice, it doesn't feel great, does it? When you do open houses and you go, hey, can I get your information? And they hold your card in your face and they go, sweetie, we got your card. We'll call you if we need you. Does that feel good? I hated it. I give them their stuff back and say, call someone you can talk to. Just email me. I go, if you can't give me your cell phone, a basic form of human communication, obviously you're not comfortable with me. You say it to them. Yeah, it's so much fun. And I go, find an agent you can actually talk to. I refuse to email anybody. I mean, well, of course I email, but if they're not going to give me anything but their email, that means you're a total weirdo, and I'm just going to email you. I mean, that right? I mean, we give our cell phone numbers, so I didn't build enough rapport or trust. And I know it may shock you, but I'm not everybody's flavor, right? So let's keep going. Observe. What do you mean observe? Find people that are killing it, and then you go kill it. Find someone who has 7 homes in escrow and ask them what they're doing, and then emulate, which is probably the next one. Emulate. Emulate success. Copy success. My entire open house program that I've been doing for 18 years came from John Brooks Realty. Any old timers here? Does anybody remember John Brooks Realty? Raise your hand. One person. That person, John Brooks Realty, I've made as much as $3.8 million gross commission income in 1 year because of John Brooks Realty, and only one person in this room knows them. Because they just did sales. They didn't build anything. Principle number whatever I'm on, which I haven't even got to the principles, build something that'll kick out income. I copied John Brooks Realty and have made millions and millions and millions of dollars copying them. You want to know what they do? Go to my wall at Facebook, and there's a 90-minute presentation that I sell for $5.95 for free. You can have it, and it was really good in my humble opinion. So emulate success. Number 12, the puzzle. I love the puzzle. This is a story of a little boy. He's 5 years old. He's bugging his dad. His dad's an executive. His dad is trying to finish quarterly reports, and he keeps coming in and saying, Dad, let's go play catch. Dad, let's watch TV. Dad, let's do this. And he's on a deadline. He has got to finish this quarterly report. And he's a good dad. He's not a bad dad. But he's got this 5-year-old all over him, and he just can't finish. So he goes, aha, I got it. He goes and grabs one of those puzzles that you could do when you're trapped in a snowbound cabin at Tahoe and it just snowed in. And it's like 1,000-piece, and it's got the world on it. It's quite elaborate. And basically, what it does, he says, here, when you finish this, we'll go hang out. That'll keep him busy. And man, 10 minutes later, the kid comes in. I'm done, Dad. Let's go play a catch or whatever. He's like, what? There's no way. He goes, yeah, Dad, look. And sure enough, the whole world was put together. And it's elaborate. He goes, how in the world did you do that? And he flips it over. He goes, on the other side is a picture of a man. And it could be a woman. I don't mean to be, sexist here. It's a picture of a woman. Let's not be sexist. Or now all you guys are hurt. Now, deal with it. Now, so there's a picture of a woman, and the little boy goes, it was simple, Dad. I just, instead of putting the world together, I just put the person together. I put the woman together. And once I put the woman together, the whole world came together. Isn't that good? Isn't that good? I heard that. That was very sweet. So, brings me to my next topic, Tony Robbins. What do you mean? I was fortunate in 1999, before 9/11, before Hong Kong went back to China. It was still controlled by the British. I went to Hong Kong. From there, I smuggled Bibles into Chengdu and China, which was like, they send you to Mongolia if they catch you. It was like, I don't know, that's crazy. I want to go do it, right? And so we smuggled with 19 people. We smuggled Bibles into China. That's what I did for 19 days. Backpacks, suitcases, clothes with Bibles sewed into them, because it was illegal to have a Bible. You get in big trouble. So I'm like, perfect, sign me up. And then I went to Chengdu. I went to Lhasa. I ended up in Tibet, in the Dalai Lama's palace. We're sharing stuff with Buddhist monks that have never, ever even seen a Bible because it's outlawed, right? And I had a great time for 19 days in the Orient. Who here's ever been to the Orient? Anybody? It's amazing. So help me out here. You ready? Everyone together. Say the word silk. Say the word silk. One more time. Say the word silk. What do cows drink? Water. Cows drink water. Why did you say milk? Well, it was a little trick. No, there's stuff going on in your mind that makes you react a certain way. And it's not how you act in life, it's how you react when the chips are down. When it's too tough for you, it's just right for me. What have I read? Who have I hung out with? What events did I go to? Or what bars did I hang out in? What drugs did I take? What people am I hanging out with that are tearing me down? Go get a real job, get out of real estate. And so you got to implement the principle of vacuum, which is coming up. But one of the people who can help you win inside is Tony Robbins. I'd never been to a Tony Robbins event. It's one of the only things I'd never gone to. So I just thought they were weird. And the only reason I thought they were weird is because you walk on fire. I'm not walking on fire. That's weird. They're a bunch of weirdos. Well, 2 years ago I went. I'm weird now, boy. So here's the deal. It was great. I'm telling you, it was absolutely fantastic. Did I agree with everything Tony Robbins said? No. Did you go to college? Did you agree with everything your college professors ever said? No. And 98% of what he said I really liked and enjoyed. Maybe 99. So that night, there's no way I'm walking on fire. But 1 a.m., Brent Gove was going, ooh, ooh. And I did it, man. I walked on fire. It was awesome, man. It was good. That's not even the point. If you've never been to a Tony Robbins event, you should go, because it's all about controlling your thinking. It's about being mentally broke. It's about learning to win inside, to control your thoughts. You just react a certain way. A little while ago, I pulled out of my gated community, and it was 7:30. The sun's barreling. I'm turning east, and the sun is like in my face. I can't even see. I'm squinting. I look right. I see a car coming. It wasn't close. I pull out. And it wasn't even close to the guy. He comes up on me at like 90, slamming on his brakes, flashing his lights, shaking his fist. And instantly, I got to be honest with you, this is years ago before I was mature, I started getting pissed. I'm like, dude, I wasn't even close. Calm the heck down. And it's not how you react. It's not how you act. It's how you react. But I got to admit, I kind of got upset, right? But I held it in, and he made a right, thank heavens, because I'm like, whoa, I didn't deserve that. And I'm driving down there. I mean, I've never flipped anybody off driving, but you know what I mean? I was upset. And I didn't do it. Phone rings 30 seconds later. Hey, Brent, this is Tony. I saw you pull out of your development. I was trying to get your attention, man. How are you? And I'm almost like, could you imagine? Hey, Tony, I'm doing good, Tony. Right? So the other day, I passed a guy in a big truck with big tires. And guys in giant trucks, giant tires, they want to do what? They want to dominate. They're telling you, I'm going to run you over. I work out at Gold's Gym with Arnold. And so, right? And I cut him off bad. Didn't see him. It was totally my bad. He pulls up next to me, and he is cussing, swearing, screaming. He's about to just drive over me. It's a couple years ago. And it startled me, but I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. My bad. And he was close enough where he could see it. He goes, oh, it's cool. No problem. And he's like, mwah. But see, who's going to win who? Who's going to sway who? I'm bringing people to my side. So, wow, did I have that again? Did I cover that one? I went the wrong way. Somehow I went the wrong way. So, be desperate. We're on the home stretch. Be desperate to succeed. Some of you are too comfortable. Don't be needy. There's a difference between needy and desperate. Desperate just means you want it so bad you'll chew through leather. You'll figure it out, okay? Pain is a good thing. Some of you are in pain today. We talked about my pain in 2010. I'm not in that kind of pain now. My wife likes me again. Let's hear it for my wife, right? I like her. I always liked her. Anyways, there's just a little while where she wasn't sure she liked me. I don't know why. Anyways, but some of you are in pain today. You know what I want to say? That's awesome. Because here's one worth writing down. It's not the force of the gale, but the set of your sail that determines your direction in life. I'll say it again. It's not the force of the gale, but the set of your sail. See, wind is good if you're in a sailboat, and you'll go what? Faster. Pain will move you. Pain is good. Take it in and realize it's time for change. Some of you just aren't in enough pain to change. I was in so much pain, we went to 37 marriage counseling appointments for an hour with a marriage counselor I didn't like. But I wanted to stay married, so I went. I didn't like what he had to say to me, but I learned once I stopped dreaming about tackling him through the window. I'm not even joking on that one, okay? Tony Robbins, I want to hurt this boy. Anyways, but you go through things. Plan, you got to have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. More people spend time planning their wedding and their vacations than they do their financial future. January 3rd, in this room, in 2 weeks? Rick Jiha, I promised him I wouldn't dress nicer than him. That day, business planning clinic, register for that. Pleasure, once you execute, you emulate, you copy people that are succeeding, You get to have some pleasure. You get to go places. We're going to Cancun into March on a dream vacation. I mean, it's going to be amazing. We just got back from Maui. We're going to the Planet of the Caribbean trip. I mean, we get to this point, but I've gone through these processes. 18 givers. I got 3 left. We're done. Givers, here's the bottom line. There's takers and there's givers. There's well poisoners and there's life enhancers. You ever met a well poisoner? You ever worked with a well poisoner? Today we use words like they're toxic, right? Get away from them, right? Don't hang out with toxic well poisoners. But who are you? Are you a life enhancer? What did you do for the secretary at Les Schwab? What did you do for your trash man? What did you do for the pool guy that takes care of your neighbor's pool because you don't got one? But he's hot. Did you run over a Mountain Dew to him? Right? Do you help people? Are you with me? Doing things for people that could do nothing for you, that's when you're winning in life. Gang members do nice things for their fellow gang member friends. What did Jesus say? Do nice things for your enemies, right? Help, everybody help people. If you're just doing nice things for people who can help you, you're a user, right? Don't be a user, and I know you're not. I'm preaching to the choir. You're here. It's Christmas. Principles, I'll give you one. There's many. How about the principle of vacuum? Get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. Go home, empty your master bedroom closet. 2/3 of all clothes. Give them to Goodwill, give them to a needy family. Go home, empty your garage. Give it away, whatever, right? Have a sale on Craigslist. Raise money, give it to a needy family. Skip Christmas this year. Take the money you're going to spend and give it to another family, whatever you're going to do. But principles, get rid of negative things that are taking your energy in your life. Finally, boundaries. What are boundaries? We want to prosper and do well at real estate, but you cannot let it work 24/7. And some of you in this room have been guilty at times of working a lot. I would not stare at anyone in this room. Now, anyways, but here's the deal. We've all been there, right? And you need to put real estate in a box. So you decide, that's that plan. When am I going to be mom? When am I going to be a dad? When am I coaching soccer? Am I present? We heard about that, being present. And then when you work your little bottom off. When you play. Your kids desperately need a mom. Get off the phone. Leave it in the glove box. My clients, what's more important, your kids or your clients? What's more important, your wife or your clients? Your husband or your clients? Well, I might lose, then lose it. What's better, to lose your wife or to lose your clients? I'd rather lose some clients. I've totally lost clients. Clients are awesome. I care about them, but I care about my wife more. I had to learn that lesson in 2010. I care about my children more. They're going to be gone. I have 6 kids. 6. All boys, except for 4 girls. So here's the deal. My youngest is 15. 2 15-year-olds, 17, 19, 24, 26. The 26-year-old wants to move to Tahoe. The 24-year-old wants to go to Norway. You got to ask yourself, why do they want to get away? I don't know. What'd I do? No, I'm just kidding. But they fly the nest. You're not going to have them forever. This is special, however they are. Man, embrace it.